Let me bleed, I dare you try to say you need me more than life, and then you're riding off in the sunset with another lover you just met. Oh indeed, I give you diamonds, swore to me, I got you high and buried me like a maplewood tree, and I woke up in 100-foot deep coffin. Give you all my love, give you all my days, then you shatter my heart, spit on my grave. Can't wash your soul, can't wash your ways. I took you in, he took my place. So let me bleed, how dare you try to say you need me more than life, and then you're driving into the sunset and you act so cold like we just met. Suddenly I hear my pride calling me like where you hiding, then you buried me like a maplewood tree, and I woke up in 100-foot deep. Let me bleed, I dare you try to say you need me more than life, and then you're riding off in the sunset with another lover you just met. Oh indeed, I give you diamonds, swore to me, I got you high, and then you buried me like a maplewood tree, and I woke up in 100-foot deep. So let me bleed, how dare you try to say you need me more than life, and then you're driving into the sunset and you act so cold like we just met. Suddenly I hear my pride calling me like where you hiding, and you buried me like a maplewood tree, and I woke up in 100-foot deep.
Vovo. Vida. Seafood, seafood.
Good morning. What's going on, guys? A little bit late today. I didn't mean to wake up so late, but it just happened. I woke up at, I think, 9:30, and I just kept hitting the snooze button over and over and over again. I get caught in these loops where, like, I'm still dreaming, but then when I hit the snooze, I'm awake. So, like, I'm back to consciousness. And then I still know what the dream is because I'm like 2 seconds out of it. So like I can go back into it. I can go, I want the dream to go this way. And then I just think about it and it happens. And then the snooze alarm goes again. And I just keep doing that. And it's fun. And it sucks that it's fun because I'm supposed to be getting up, doing things. But we're here now. That's what matters. And last night, like as we jumped off the live stream and the darkness started to hit the world, it looked like we were about to dump hard, but you know, turns out that we just kind of stabilized a little bit. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So the thing that I was curious about today was the market open of the US 100, concerning the fact that we were back underneath of this local resistance. And let me go ahead and throw on some carbon base real quick. I started the stream early, and like I sat there for a couple minutes. I was trying to find like a song to play. I just don't have any new music, so I was going through like the discovery radar. Now I like rap, but I know it's not like everybody's cup of tea. Some people can like rap if the rap is good. So I was trying to figure out like what to do. So the only song I could come across was the one that I played, and that's more like a girl broke up with me and she's never gonna find anybody like me kind of song, which it doesn't fit my style. But I like the like his voice and stuff. That was good. So I figured I'd throw it on there. Let me add this and this to the queue and this to the queue. There we go. But yeah, yesterday, Sunday, we were looking at the last rejection off of this local high here. Fishy's rolling around like a little piggy in mud. So I was hoping that we were actually going to see a larger dump come in. And it still could happen. But it does look like we're kind of just hanging about. Bitcoin had a little bit of dump last night, but we are retesting the upside just a little bit. Like I said, if we do happen to get a higher high off of 17,415 and then come back below it, I'll be entering a short there. But if not, if we do happen to get back below 16,791, I'll be entering short on us going back below that. Similar for Ethereum. But go ahead and push higher and put in a higher high than 1312 and then come back below it, I'll be entering short. Or if we get back below 1234, I'll be going short. And the main reason for that is right now it's hard to be bullish. So I'm playing with what we have. We do have an ABC on ETH and Bitcoin. Although comparative to what they could become, I don't think these setups are awesome, but it's the only ones that we're going to have. And if we happen to have a dump in the market, like I said, we've been looking at many other coins. They are quite bearish. I don't want to be caught in the rainstorm without an umbrella, so to speak. I want to have that short position open because at any moment we could see that break below 16,300 on BTC, and that will spell kind of a doomsday heading towards 10K. All right, said it many times. Just because we're breaking below 16,300 does not mean that I think 10K will get hit. It's just the next logical support region for Bitcoin if it wants to proceed down that low. That's the next point that I'll be getting bullish, unless something happens in real time, aka a larger ABC structure forming support before we hit 10K. Litecoin, pretty dang close to the entry point. We were pretty much kissing it this morning, but we are still above it. And you can see on the smaller time frames, we have some sort of ABC structure. So we might get another pop to the upside, but I will be sitting on the sidelines. The only trades that I have open right now are 2 longs, one on Bitcoin, one on Ethereum. And then I have the Matic short open. We've been talking about Matic, and my opinion still holds. I'm just going purely based off the macro structure here. All right, we have a gigantic moment of weakness in the market, and we have currently seen the pushback down to the downside of that. On the smaller time frames, we have an ABC setup right here, and we are currently holding below that. As long as that remains the case, I will be short. All right, and this is, I'm definitely looking for a large drop on Matic. I'm looking for something around 31 to 26 cents. Obviously, if we come back down lower and we get some sort of, ABC long position down here, definitely, I'll hedge it. And I'm not using a whole lot of margin here. All right, there's a lot of profit to be made. This is a really kind of like a Hail Mary trade, spotting it from the outside edges here. And if it works, there's a lot of profit to be made, but it is an altcoin. There's a lot of chop associated with it. I would be expecting to get stopped out a good number of times. So don't go using the regular risk that you use on all your other coins on this. There's just no necessity for it. If it fails, it's going to fail hard. All right. If it doesn't, you don't want to get chopped up and lose too much money. Just don't be that guy. All right. And one last thing before we start talking here. DXY, we've talked about how we are sitting on a macro local low here. So we're at a support region for the DXY, and we've highlighted a little bit of bullish divergence on it as well. Not really a concern to me. I don't really look at the market in that way anymore, but it's cool to see. We're at support, we got bullish divergence, so take that for what you will. So with the DXY looking like it could turn bullish based off of the support region and the current trend formation looking for a sign of support, that could signal that the other markets may dump. US 100, SPY. I wouldn't say it's directly correlated to Bitcoin, but it definitely can cause that to fall as well. Because if there's other open positions on the stock market, people might take money out of Bitcoin and go stick it into their favorite stocks if those stocks fall far enough. Just how money works. Doesn't mean that the DXY is in control. It's just the way money flows. And then KDA, let me see how that's doing today. So KDA on a smaller time frame does have a bullish position, but once again, I'm looking at the macro time frame here. All right, if we're looking at it from a larger perspective, the lowest support on the macro would be around 70 cents. And we are currently sitting in more of an A to B situation. Now, within that B wave, we do have an ABC calling for downside. All right, we could go up and test a little bit higher. Maybe this turns into a little bit more like this, which wouldn't be too bad. All right. But what I'm hoping for is a retest of around 70 cents. And then I can go ahead and collect a long position as we come back above this local low right here. All right. I don't know where I'll be looking for take profit. So that's always the next question. You're taking this trade, but where are you going to take profit? I don't know, guys. All right. This could be bottom. All right. I know a lot of people are calling for 14, 13K. I'm even calling for 10K at its lowest. But we are still above a macro support. And if we continue to push higher and get back with like 16 or 17,700 and we hold it, there's a large potential that that could be a bottom. I'm not going to say the bottom, but at this current moment in time, there is bullish support, but we need to push a little bit higher if we want to maintain it. So I'm just kind of taking some preemptive longs that might be for that retest. Back in 2018, we had the bear market, and then once 2019 hit, we had that retest up to around 13K, 14K. All right, that's what I'm kind of looking for. Doesn't mean that that's going to be the start of the bull market. We continue to push to higher highs. No, just means I'm looking for a bullish position for a longer period of time. But let's go ahead and say hello to everybody. JK, what's going on, man? Oten, good morning. Or should I say good afternoon? Well, if you're on West Coast, it's still morning, so there you go. Nice song, Going to the Library. Appreciate it, man. It was just something I picked up. Wasn't on my list, but like I said, I like the beat, I like the voice. It's just the message of the song. It just doesn't really fit me, Dabatola, what's going on, man? Don't miss much stupid crab market. Nobody likes crab markets. Crab markets suck. But hopefully we kind of get out of this phase here and see some sort of price action, whether it be to the upside or the downside. Obviously, at the moment, I mean, I don't really need the shorts. If we pump, I'm good. I got my longs. So upside down head, yo, what's going on, man? I feel my crystals harmonious with the background music. I'm glad. Do you enter the trade when the price touches A? Touches under A, or do you need a candle close under A? So I don't do it when it touches, okay? I'm assuming that you're talking about a long position. All right, so this is my A right here. All right, price action is going down, down, down. I don't enter the long position when it touches A. It needs to go below it and then come back above it. As it's coming back above it, that's when I enter. I'm not waiting for a candle body close or anything like that. It's purely real time. What level was my A at? Did we put in a lower low and come back above that level? Yes, enter immediately. Okay? Because when you start involving candle body closes, you start opening yourself up to the question of what candle body close? 5 minute, 10 minute, 50 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 12? Which one? All right, if you're waiting for a 2 hour close, within that 2 hour candle, we could be all the way back up here. All right, and your stop loss needs to be below support or above resistance in order to have any sort of merit. So at that point, you're really putting yourself at a really big disadvantage. If you wait for candle body close, you're gonna be stuck. All right. Harvey, good morning, man. What's going on? What's up, kitty? Where did Johnny go? Johnny went home. Johnny went home. Kicked him out. He was making too much of a riot. Too much fun. He had like this Harry Potter thing playing with his girlfriend. So he was only able to stay for a couple days. Hey, Kite, what do you think KDA will do? Well, I think we touched on that. Maybe it's an old message. I'm hoping for a downside to retest 70 cents and then get back above it. I would like to be bullish on it. So I like KDA. I do. I like what it stands for. But I can't just blindly enter on it. I have to do it based off of factors. The funding rate on ApeCoin is -2.6. That's a lot, right? It's definitely more in the negative than usual, but it's not a lot. Usually like a negative, positive, a -3, okay, without a decimal, is where like things start to become a little bit riled up, and you can see a short squeeze pretty easily. Hey, Kite, you know anything about the fundamentals of the graph, GRT? Are you asking me to look at the coin GRT, or are you asking like what do I know about the fundamentals? I'm more of a technical guy, and more of a psychological guy. When I look at a chart, it's not about fundamentals of this is the company, this is what it does. It's here's what the charts tell me. How do people feel about the price right now? And then I take advantage of that. Like Bitcoin, I know the fundamentals of Bitcoin, but other than that, I don't really know much about other coins. But we'll look at GRT just to make sure like that's the second part of your question. I'll be honest, like there's nothing super I can really say about this. Short term, nothing I can really say. Yeah, it's just too thin for me. I mean, if we're looking at this from a larger time frame, I would probably be looking for price to get back above this level before I even touch it. All right. If there's a chart with more price action, I could possibly do something. Like there's no supports over here for me to look at and approximate a bottom. There's just nothing. All right, man. Hey, Kite, got an email from Bybit, something about KYC December 15th. Do you know anything about that? No, I haven't received an email at all. I'll check my email, though. Yeah, so I mean, did you read the email? If you read the email, there's no fear associated with it. It says, "Dear trader, in addition to providing a higher withdrawal limit and easier account recovery, KYC verification will also be required to use fiat on-ramp." That's all. I got that email on December 9th, so I'm assuming that's the one that you got. Basically just saying if you want to buy crypto directly from Bybit, you need a KYC. Nothing new. And they haven't changed their KYC withdrawal limit. The KYC withdrawal limit, I think, is like 20 Bitcoin a day. So don't think anybody's hitting that anytime soon. So there's no incentive to really KYC. So is it important to have a larger stop loss? It depends. So back when we were at like 50K, 60K, the market cap of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many other coins were quite larger. And when there's more money in a market cap, it takes more money to move it. Hence why, as Bitcoin gets bigger and bigger, the returns from each bull run get smaller and smaller, because it takes substantial more amounts of money in order to push it to higher price points. So if money equals movement, and it's much harder to move, you can have smaller stop losses because the chance of price wicking to the upside, wicking to the downside are substantially less. Doesn't mean it won't happen, because obviously a lot of money can move in and out of market at any point in time. It's a free market. But when we're down here at the 16K, all right, we can presume that we have substantially less money in the market cap. Therefore, price can move around much easier. So you would want to increase your stop losses to fit that. All right. So with altcoins that have low market caps to begin with, pretty much even during the bull market, that's where, yes, kind of just a gamble. Doesn't mean that you can't take the trades, just means that you should expect that they can go sideways. Altcoins are Very rewarding, but at the same time, they can be destructive. About 1/3 way through modification of Elliott Wave. Yeah, it's a hard read, I'll tell you that. Took a lot of smart drugs in order to get through that book. Blind Squirrel Crypto. Hope everyone's having a good start to the week. Thank you, man. Hope you are too. I mean, within 1 hour, candle price can swing up and down and hit a stop loss several times. It has, but really doesn't happen that often than you think. Even with a 1% stop loss, of course, you can stop down once or twice, but it doesn't happen like 17 times in a single candle. All right. And when you're looking for really high R&Rs with a 1% stop loss, typically you're going to outperform that. Typically nowadays, I'm using a 3% stop loss. So it very rarely happens. I still get stopped out with a 3% stop loss, don't get me wrong, but it definitely doesn't happen within a single candle. Given that you trade chart structure, have you considered using range bars? No. I use what the price action is telling me. Range bars typically are just giving the information that you can already see, but just don't quite understand how to put it into your brain. Like with fixed volume, I can pretty much tell you where all the fixed volume candles are going to stick out because it's just support and resistance. And then you said range bars. I'm assuming that's just looking for the top and bottom of the range, or like the perceived value range. But I don't trade off that either. I trade off where the market is showing me to be bullish or it's showing me to be bearish. Been trading ApeCoin all weekend. I think it just completed ABC yesterday. I'll look at it, but oh man. Yeah, it had a couple things here. Yeah, that ABC there. Here. It's had a good couple ABCs, I won't lie. That one right there. That one right there. This one at the top was quite tricky. Obviously the bigger one was right here, but as you got closer to this top, you would probably be going with something like this. They had a good couple short ABCs and a good couple long ones as well. I won't discredit it. Curious how the Fed affects things this week, plus the XRP case rumors. What are the XRP case rumors? I don't keep up with stuff like that. Would you hedge long LTC USDT? Well, I currently don't have a short open at the moment, so there's no reason to hedge. And when I get my short open, there's no immediate hedge position that I'm looking for. It has to be formed in real time. Now, let me play devil's advocate for you because you might be coming from a different perspective. Assuming that you're looking for a hedge position, I'm going to guess that you took this short on LTC. All right, now the one thing that I'm going to say is yes, on the smaller time frame, that does look like a competent structure in terms of like how it's formed. That does look like a long, but that is a way smaller structure comparative to the ABC that you are trading. So I think the appropriate thing to do would be to wait. All right, now this is where like your emotions are going to go crazy. But what if I wait and then it disappears and then I have nothing? You have to calm that. All right. Yes, that can happen. But am I not? You just need to wait and see. It's better to be safe than sorry. If you take a head position here, and then another larger one opens up here, and then you get stopped out and you enter that one, you're wasting time, right? This ABC here, in comparison, is tiny. Do not put yourself in a position like that. So this is looking more like it's going to turn into an ABCA, and then yes, it will have a little bit of a kick to the upside, and then it will turn into a B wave top to a C wave bottom. And then this is where you would probably be looking to hedge. All right. You always want an ABC that's of a comparable size. Now, if you have a gigantic ABC that's like this big, all right, this is appropriate. Like this would be a comparable size here. All right. I know, like otherwise you would have to wait an eternity for an ABC that's like the same exact size, which this would just be a head and shoulders, you know? But it's something that you have to kind of get the feel for. All right. So like these positions here, BTC, it's kind of like the same thing I showed you where like you had that larger one. This one's of a comparable size. Now, this would definitely be a better option here. But that's what I'm talking about. If you can see the price action turning into a better option, why take the first hesitant trade that you need to see? All right. This was a pretty decently sized ABC structure, but then you can see another ABC formed up here, but it's a super tiny one. All right. So if I know that this could cause a pullback and this would all turn into an A and a B and a C, why not wait for the larger structure rather than take this little tiny one here? And if it is going to be the collapse of the market, I can always get back into the original position. All right. It's just in comparison that Litecoin trade does not look hefty enough to outdo that. It would have to turn into something a little bit larger. Can you please check ETH 3 hour small ABC? I mean, if you're on a 3 hour, I don't think what you're looking at is a small ABC. Are you referring to what might happen here? Or are you referring to no, this is Bitcoin. My bad. Are you referring to that, or are you referring to this right here? Which one? I need to take my vitamins for a day. Make sure I don't get sick again. My grandparents on the 17th, and I don't want to be showing up all sickly. Or, okay. Or are you talking about this? This is BTC again. My bad. Or are you talking about this? Because that's a possibility as well, but I'm already in a long position, so that's not really of interest to me. Now, I know you're not talking about this one right here. All right, that's not a 3 hour. All right, if I zoom my 2 hour all the way out, that doesn't even pop up on my radar. I would have to be like on a 10-minute time frame in order for that to even look relative. That's a 10-minute pattern right there, buddy. But yeah, like that. I mean, that could. I'm not saying that they can't influence the market. That definitely could be the catalyst to go put in the higher high up here and complete this ABC here. Hey, Kite, did you ever scalp trade with ABCs? Yeah, sure. I did. We would play the 5-minute time frame, 10-minute time frame, and for the most part, like when the going was good, it was good. All right, and you could do a lot. You definitely could make a lot of money, but the problem is that it doesn't last very long. The chances that you get these really crazy moments in the market where like you're constantly just putting in higher high after higher high, getting stopped out, they happen so much more often. With the larger time frames, they're a little bit more concrete. It takes a lot of money to start and stop a trend at a certain price point on a macro time frame. Therefore, when you're playing those levels, they tend to hold a lot more often. All right, on the smaller time frames, those higher highs can get broken again over and over again. Lower lows can continue to put in lower lows. You constantly just get stopped out. So there's moments where like it can really work, but there's moments where it's tough and it just eats away at your account and you can go bankrupt. That's why I'm a grandpa now and I stay on the higher time frames. Let's go ahead and open up Wordle. Price action's a little bit dry today. Audio. Break. Man. Okay. All right, so lamp. No. So we got an L, A, and a P. And we know that the A is Apple? No, that wouldn't work because I mean that would help us find out where the P and the L might go. But we don't have an E left, so I mean it's definitely not Apple. Any issue with Coinbase? Their hold my stellar limits hostage for days. I mean, I've definitely had issues with Coinbase, but this started before anything. The Coinbase disabled my buys like a year and a half ago. I can still sell and all that good stuff, but yeah, Coinbase is just an asshole. Plain simple. They always have been. I don't think it's because they're insolvent or anything like that. I don't think there's any risk there. But I think they're just actual assholes. Like that's the company. That should be their tagline. We're assholes. I'm gonna throw Apple in there and see if we get lucky. Oh, we did get lucky. All right, so what? APPLM? B? B? Y? Apply. A. I actually feel pretty good about that one, considering the fact that we got actually like demolished yesterday. That was good. I'm proud of myself. Ratish, I'm late. Good morning. Good morning to you. Well, not good morning to you. Good afternoon. Good evening. I know you guys are a little bit behind on the stream. I put an apply and then Trevor said it like right after I hit enter. So you were on top of your game as well. I think what helped there was just like knocking out letters. I think that's gonna be my strategy going forward. Let me try that again. Hold on. Wordle Unlimited. Try audio again. And then break. Yeah, that's like a good combo. As long as like it doesn't, because these are all completely separate letters, except for the A. That's the only one that it shares. So I can knock out a bunch of letters with 2 tries, and it frees up a lot of the keyboard. If I get lucky, it's like this. I don't have a D. That's what the the sad man said. So I know the R doesn't go here or here. So it probably goes either here. Okay. Goes there and there. And then where does the E go? I have no clue. I got so lucky with the other one. I just look like a bumbling idiot trying to do this one. I have no clue. I'm gonna put that in there trying to get more letters. You telling me none of those letters are in it? Oh, no. I've got rid of so many letters. I just don't know. Gazer. I felt like eager was a good guess. Damn, that sucks. I think I wouldn't have got that. Man. S is more common than B, so maybe snake. You're right. Let me try that again. All right, let me try. All right, so let's do audio and then. Hey, yeah. Hey. Baker. Boom. That worked like a charm. All right, that's our new strategy. Audio and snake. I gotta put my contacts back in. Glasses hurt my face. I like how wearing glasses like gives you the option to just immediately turn your entire world into like 480p. Of course you would. Of course you would have guessed baked. Mr. Dab Man. I remember the first time I ever took a dab. At the time, like I smoked a lot, but the first time I ever took a dab, I was like, "Whoa, this is a psychedelic. The world is shifting on me. This is ridiculous." I was never like a huge dab guy, or like a dabs from bangers. Those were rough. That was a lot. That was a lot all at once. Dab cart, take a small hit, do that. That's fine. But dabs from bangers, those messed me up. I'll be on my ass. Kite's new band name, Audio Snake. Audio Snake, coming back at you, slithering in your eardrum. Wow, that's not taken? That's excellent. All right, well, I just made a new channel, guys. It was that easy. All right, how do I settings? Can I change? All right, I fixed it. I just made a gaming channel. So whenever I'm not live streaming crypto, I'll have a separate channel to game on. Gotta get it all hooked up though. CPI about to be held tomorrow, another 2% up, then 2% down, and then back to crab. No, get me out of the crab market. Make it stop. I wonder if it pops up. They're just called like Kite games. But it's probably gonna pop up. Yeah, it's gonna pop up a whole bunch of other stuff. You Kite games? Nah, it doesn't gonna pop up then. So I'll have to like. I finally got all primaries gold and you got all of them? Man, I'm like ever since DMZ came out, like I really just stopped caring about camos, but I did go back and get some of them. Like I got the TAC V gold, the SO, I think it's called. I got gold. Don't need to get one assault rifle gold. But I cover XRP? No, I have not actually. Good call. Dope. XRP is still sitting in the same exact situation that it has been. We talked about this big ABC position here, and it retested it, but failed. And we have been cruising to the downside since then. Now, on the smaller time frames, it is starting to create the possibility of a ABC here, but more importantly, an ABC here. That could be the possibility for upside for XRP. We just run shoot house and search and destroy and our ruthless in the chat. Excellent. That's the only way you can be with Call of Duty. Ruthless. I love search and destroy simply for the chat. I like the game mode. I have fun with it, but at the same time, it's not why I play it. Search and destroy is the only game mode where people like actually talk. Mostly talking shit, but they talk. Team deathmatch, domination. You're very lucky if you get someone in your game that's like vocal. News like XRP loses to SE. Is that what happened, or is that what you're expecting? It's been a minute since I've been able to catch you. You're looking healthier, Mike. Hope you're all well. Thank you, man. Thank you. I wouldn't say I'm healthier, but I'm feeling good. Feeling good. I got inside news. XRP is gonna win. I know a guy. You're like the tweet from Vitalik. Please congratulate me for my insider information and people I know. I'm very cool. Everybody was freaking out when he made that tweet because they thought he was the one that was saying it. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Is everything gonna dump? Everything gonna die?" Good to Face was loving Tron the other day. I'm curious what your opinion is on it. Didn't look appealing to me. You talking about he was loving Tron from like a trading perspective, or Tron from like just love Tron? What's Tron? Is it TRX? Is that Tron? I mean, we had a nice ABC top on Tron, and we saw some repercussions from that. It's now hitting the support region. Yeah, I mean, looks all right. I wouldn't say the past has been good. It does a lot of higher high, higher high, higher high. But yeah, it's all right. This was a really good ABC here. Top of the market wasn't an awesome ABC, but if you held true to this position here, you would have been doing fantastic. So, I mean, yeah, it's all right. There's a lot of coins out there that have good transfer costs. Litecoin, EOS, all the networks that nobody uses. I mean, just kidding. Litecoin is a good coin on the dark web as well. Yeah, there's the only three coins I've seen actively used on the dark web was Bitcoin, Litecoin, and XMR. But with Bitcoin and Litecoin, well, Litecoin has the privacy now, but I don't know how to quite use it, which it doesn't really interest me anyways because I'm not into that kind of stuff. But the only way that I see like Litecoin and Bitcoin being used is through miners, because miners are the only ones that have actual privacy. Is Tron deflationary? It has a burning mechanism, but does that outweigh what it prints? I mean, if it's deflationary, I mean, there's some merit to the fact that it could go up, but I don't know. We will see. We'll see. Kite, have you noticed that other traders are now switching over to Bybit to promote on their streams? I haven't noticed it because I don't really watch a lot of other YouTubers, but makes sense. I think Bybit's just the most trustworthy. Like I get messages from like BitMEX and Mexico and all that kind of stuff, but there's just not much incentive for me personally. I don't like how Bybit is really. I mean, I get it from like a business perspective, like they're introducing new stuff constantly to keep people interested in the platform, bring new people in, but I do kind of disagree with the fact that like they should just stay with what works. Like they don't need all this extra stuff underneath them. But hey, you know, hopefully it's for the better. All right, guys. I think we're gonna sign off for today. It's hitting that 1 hour mark, and I'll probably get the other channel set up, do a little test stream on it, play some DMZ, hunt some squads solo. That's usually my favorite thing to do. Now that I got most of my missions done, I kind of just go around and I'll kill a full squad, and then the last person that's alive, I'll request to join their squad and then pick them all up and help them with whatever they need. I just want to prove that like I can kill all of you. You're just an ant that I step on, and then I'm like, hey, let's be friends. That's my favorite thing. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Probably gonna order some food here with my sister and play some video games and just chillax. I know it's not the weekend anymore, but it is to me. Thank you. No, thank you. Later. See you later, buddy. I'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully at a little bit earlier of a time, but we'll see. We will see. Thanks, Kite. Have a good one. You as well. You as well, Misa. Jeff, all the best. Best to you as well, buddy. All right, guys. Let's do the thing. Let's not go sideways again. From a camera perspective and from a market perspective. It's hard to like hold a stare without contacts. Because contacts like shield my eyes from like the air. Like they don't get tired that easy. Having all the air hitting my eyeballs hurts. Makes me human. Bye.